what makes a system work? It's very common for me to talk with a business owner and they'll say something, yeah, we have a system, but none of our people follow it. And so I start asking why. What's going on? Why do they not follow it? And it almost always comes down to one of these 5 things. These are the 5 things that make a system work. Number 1 is expectations. Have they been documented and have they been communicated? Do you have it written procedure? Do you have a checklist? Have you gone over it? Have you trained them? Oftentimes that's the problem. They don't have it. But maybe it's documented. The second thing that makes a system work is rewards. Some people feel rewarded by production. They produce something and they just like, this is it. Some people feel rewarded by the pat on the back. Some people feel rewarded by the commission. Some people, what reward do they get for following this procedure? And maybe it's something as simple as saying, if we all hit this customer satisfaction goal, we'll all get a bonus or something. And the way we hit that goal is follow the procedure. The third thing is just the opposite. What are the consequences? If an employee does not follow the procedure, what do? Do you ignore it? Do you just let it go? And so accountability is huge here. You got to have consequences. And the first consequence is a conversation. We sit down and we talk. Okay, it didn't go the way it should have. Did you do step 1? Did you do step 2? Did you do step 3? And you find out, did they do it? If you find out they didn't do it, then it's a verbal warning. Hey, listen, you've always got to do this. This is the way we do it. And then if they fail to do it again, what's the second consequence? And typically that's a written warning. We've talked about it on this date today. I want to write it down because this is serious. It's critical that you follow the procedure. And then third warning, if it happens a third time, that's typically, the time to let the employee go. But the cool thing is, if you have trained them and you've documented the correction process and they still haven't done it and you let them go, then you've done your due diligence as an employer. And there's, not as great a chance that there's going to be some kind of unemployment claim against you. So document it, have real consequences. The fourth thing that makes a system work is communication. Do people understand? Have they done it? Have you told them? Have they got it in a written form? Do they have a checklist to follow? And then the last one, this is always a biggie, is the behavior of the leader. I remember one client I worked with, he was telling me nobody followed his system. And so I was going through these kinds of things and didn't seem to, it looked like, he was doing most of these. But then I just stopped and I said, is this how you do it? He goes, oh, no, I don't do it that way. He didn't follow his own procedure. So if you don't set the example and follow the procedure, it's kind of ridiculous to think that your employees will. So those are the key things that make a system work.